Okay, hello again. You've caught us in, let's say, a temporary setup. We're a bit low on supplies here, definitely hungry.
Yeah, location undisclosed for now. But the important thing is we've got another file from that mysterious hard drive.
Exactly. Today we're jumping right into the transcript for MWF 567. No basics this time. We know you're up to speed.
Right. This one deals with the immediate aftermath of Romanka leaving. Mike and Rickard are trying to find a new sound engineer fast.
Because, as you'll recall from episode 563, Romanka hit his limit. I mean, Mike had him basically running his questionable sock business.
Not to mention Mike's unique takes on, well, everything. The Continental Government, the Secret Service, Geneva Conventions.
Yeah, Romanka just walked, quit on the spot, left them completely high and dry without anyone on the sound desk.
So this transcript, MWF 567, it's basically their frantic job interview process. A real insight.
It kicks off with that sound, doesn't it? That really short, like, blast of hard rock.
Yeah. And then bam!
Yeah.
That loud, distorted prasht. Right away, it sets a tone. It's chaotic, but they're trying to push through.
Definitely feels like they're trying to pretend everything's normal. Mike's opening line, acknowledges Romanka's gone, but then it's straight to, the podcast must roll on.
Mm-hmm. Business as usual. Or their version of it, anyway. Almost trying too hard, maybe?
Could be. Like, he can't really face the fact they're now seriously short-staffed, and Rickard, well, he chimes in immediately.
Oh, yeah. Straight into conspiracy mode. Asking if Schwatten sent headache pills for Mike. It's pure Rickard.
And he does mention Romanka calls him the Nonya, ehemaligen Tontechniker, is the, former sound engineer.
Yeah, that little pause, the Nonya.
Yeah.
It kind of hits home, doesn't it? Like, he's the only one really feeling the gap left behind.
It hints at maybe a slightly more, functional dynamic than we thought before it all blew up.
Possibly. Anyway, then the first applicant shows up.
Hershman.
Yes, Herr Schmidt. Doesn't exactly sneak in. Schmidt is my name. And straight away tells them their amateur Hafties Gebleber. Their amateur battling needs a Profi am Mischpult. A pro at the desk.
Bold move. Very bold. What's the initial reaction to that kind of confidence, or maybe arrogance?
Well, he doubles down, right? Boasting about the best studios, knowing jeden Frequenzbereich und jeden Filter wie meine Westentasche is like the back of his hand.
He certainly thinks he's the expert they need, but then he looks at their gear.
Yeah, and he's not impressed. Says it looks like it survived World War II.
Which, of course, sets Rickard off. WWII. That's got a link to secret Nazi moon bases, right?
And reptiloids. Don't forget the reptiloids messing with frequencies. Rickard connects those dots instantly.
Naturally. But Schmidt, he's just not having it. He dismisses the obscure Verschwörungstheorien.
Right, he's all about the tech. Filtering out any verdächtigen something, any suspicious hum. He wants clean audio.
Which leads to that brilliant clash with Mike. Schmidt wants to filter.
Yeah, Mike says, hier wird nicht gefiltert, hier wird eskaliert. We don't filter here, we escalate.
Huh. That sums up MWF perfectly, doesn't it? It's not about clean audio.
Not at all. Schmidt wants to make it sound professional, not like eine Horde brüllender Affen in einer Blechdoos. A horde of roaring monkeys in a tin can.
He just doesn't get it. He's trying to fix something they don't see as broken.
Exactly. And then, almost out of nowhere, we get this little comment. Someone quietly says, manche Geräusche sind absichtlich so. Some noises are intentional.
Ah, foreshadowing Tyrem. That line about noises carrying a gewiss energy, a certain energy, it's a totally different perspective.
Miles away from Smith's view. Smith's still complaining. It's kein Revier. There's some show about Waffen or what it was auch immer dieser Unsinn hier soll, weapons or whatever this nonsense is.
Oh, calling it Unsinn nonsense. That's going to trigger Mike.
Instantly. Unsinn. Pass auf, was du sagst, my friend. What would you say? Hier wird geforscht. Hier werden Grenzen geschränkt. Research happens here. Boundaries are pushed.
He gets so defensive about the show's integrity, and then the weirdest part, Rickard just pipes up.
Yeah. Artema Schmidt. Pascal Schmidt. Stimmt das? Wait a minute. Pascal Schmidt, is that right?
Where did that come from? Just out of the blue.
Who knows? Maybe the name just clicked or sounded wrong somehow. But Mike's reaction is immediate.
Pascal. Pascal. He repeats it like it's the worst word he's ever heard.
It completely changes everything. Suddenly Schmidt is nicht unser Caliber. Not our caliber.
Needs more wums, more oomph, all because his first name might be Pascal. It's bizarre.
There has to be some backstory there, right? Some previous bad blood connected to that name.
Must be, because Mike literally pushes him out, tells him not to bother them with his Pascal Hafton sound, his Pascal-like sound.
It's utterly irrational. And then Rickard just nails the absurdity.
Comparing Pascal to Vegetarischer Doppelkorn. Vegetarian double grain schnapps. Perfect.
It just diffuses the tension with pure weirdness. And then the complete tonal shift.
Yeah, enter Kyrem. So different.
Night and day. Smet was loud, assertive. Kyrem is quiet, almost invisible. A fleeting gaze.
And Mike. Mike actually prefers this. Kürzer name. Geheimnisvoll. Gefällt mir schon mal. Short name? Mysterious. I like it already.
It really shows you what Mike values, doesn't it? Maybe less about skill, more about fitting in. Or maybe just not challenging him.
Could be. Kyrem says he can work unauffällig im Hintergrund, inconspicuously, make sure the content gets through clearly.
It's a much softer sell than Smet's approach.
Yeah.
But Smet, who's apparently still hanging around, mocks the quietness.
And Kyrem's reply is just chilling. Manchmal ist es effektiver, im Schatten zu wirken, nicht wahr? Sometimes it's more effective to work in the shadows, isn't it?
And he looks pointedly at the equipment. That glance, it seems to directly invoke Schwatten, doesn't it?
Oh, absolutely. It's a signal. He knows more than he's letting on. Rickard picks up on it, of course.
Immediately suspects government ties or, aliens interfering with the broadcast frequencies.
Wirkst du im Schatten für die Regierung? Oder für die außerirdischen Einflüsse? Working in the shadows for the government or for extraterrestrial influences.
And Kyrem just sidesteps it beautifully.
Easy.
Ich meine, es ist wichtig, die Signale im Auge zu behalten. Alle Signale. It's important to keep an eye on the signals. All signals.
So vague, but Mike loves it. Alle Signales. Interessant. He's completely hooked by the mystery.
Well, Ricker's getting more suspicious. It fits with Kyrem's earlier comment, too, about intentional noises having energy.
Rickard's good as screaming, right? Der Schritt, der weiß schon, gesagt tut. Smoot knows his stuff. Aber der andere, der hat was Seltsames an sich. But the other one, something strange about him.
Yeah, but Mike seems almost drawn to that strangeness now. Compares it to how Romanka got weird over time, like it's expected.
And, well, Smith's gone, so Kyrem is literally the only applicant left.
Doesn't leave them much choice. But even Mike feels something's off. He asks Kyrem if they've met before.
Ja, irgendwas an Ihnen kommt mir bekannt vor. Something about you seems familiar. Vielleicht in einer dunklen Gasse oder bei einer geheimen Waffenauktion. Maybe in a dark alley? Or a secret weapons auction?
He's half joking, but you can tell there's real uncertainty there. Why does he feel like he knows him?
Is it just the vibe? Or something real? Kyrem gives nothing away. Es ist möglich, dass sich unsere Wege schon einmal gekreuzt haben. Die Welt ist klein. Possible our paths have crossed. Small world.
Which just feeds Rickard's paranoia.
Oder eine große Verschwörung, or a big conspiracy.
Vielleicht sind Sie ja ein Schläfer-Agent. Maybe you're a sleeper agent.
Classic Rickard. And Kyrem.
Just shrugs it off. Vielleicht. Aber im Moment bin ich nur hier, den Ton zu machen. Maybe. But right now, I'm just here to do the sound.
It's so understated. He doesn't deny being a sleeper agent.
Exactly. Which leaves Mike basically throwing his hands up. Willkommen an Bord, Kyrem. Welcome aboard.
But he adds that caveat, right? Wir haben zwar das ungute Gefühl, dass du uns irgendwas verschweigst, aber was soll's? We have a bad feeling you're hiding something, but what the hell?
Desperation, basically. Schlimmer als Romankas black metal kann es ja kaum werden. It can hardly be worse than Romankas black metal. Famous last words.
Could be. He tells him to start work, and the transcript notes they exchanged an unsicheren Blick, an uncertain glance, as Kyrem sits down.
Yeah, definitely leaves you hanging. What is this guy going to bring to the table?
And Mike wraps up the episode, admitting it was a Holprigen Susha, a bumpy search, teasing the neuen mysteriösen Mann am Mischpult, the new mysterious man at the console.
And then one last prosht. Fade to black, essentially.
Wow. Okay, so that interview process was something else. Going from Pascal getting kicked out for his name.
Yeah, the sheer absurdity of that dismissal is kind of hilarious, but also really telling about Mike's triggers.
To Kyrem, this super quiet, maybe even sinister figure, getting the job almost by default, despite everyone feeling uneasy.
The contrast is huge. And the mystery around Kyrem is thick. Those comments about shadows, signals, it's deliberately unsettling.
So the big question then is, what do you, listening now, make of Kyrem? Is he connected to Schwatten? Something else?
Could this just be hiring? Or is it a move in the bigger game? You know, the Doza Crew, Nova Crew narrative. What kind of signals is he even talking about? Audio signals? Or something more?
And how is he going to change the show? The sound, the vibe? Does this connect back to that weirdness in the condensat video we talked about? That feeling that things were escalating?
It really makes you think. Is Kyrem just filling a slot? Or is he a deliberate insertion? Maybe linked to the mainframe, graph paste, who knows?
Or is he just a completely new, unpredictable element thrown into the Schwarzenbunker chaos? A total wild card.
Leaves you wondering, doesn't it?
Yeah.
What role is this quiet sound guy really going to play?